Hello, welcome everybody. This is Patty Bennett, and I am excited today to share with you the projects that we made on our recent 2024 crafting cruise to the Caribbean. This is an annual crafting cruise that I co-host with my partner, Kirsten, and we have done this for several years, so I'm going to explain how it all works. I want to show you. So those are the projects that we made. I'm going to go through them. We're going to have a fun little voting thing happening. And if you are joining me live, today would be, well, it is Friday, October 25th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you're watching a replay though, could you just jump ahead about a minute, because I've logged on a little bit early just to make sure everybody finds the live feed, and I am going to bring up all the live comments. So if you're watching live, I can see your comments live. If you're watching a replay, you are welcome to comment, and I go back periodically to look at replay comments. So we are just going to wait about a minute for everybody to find the live, and then I will officially start. If you're watching live, please say hi. I see Jenny and Joan, Robin. Two Robins are on. Janet, Jan, AK Gal. Okay, that's cute. I like that. I like that. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. So we will be going over all the projects. Like I said, I'm going to have you vote on some projects that you would actually like to see me demonstrate. That's going to be kind of fun. And I have some gifts to show you that people gave me on the cruise. Amazing and fun and beautiful and just cool things. And I'm just going to explain how these cruises work. Hi, Kathy. Hello, Mary. Oh, okay, it's you, Donna. Thank you. I didn't know who it was. Yes, it was so fun to have you on the trip with us. Good morning, Beth and Debbie. Oh, how fun. Debbie Douglas is making the penguin samplers like the one that Tammy gave me. That is so fun. Yes, you will see that one over here on my little display shelf after Thanksgiving. I'm going to put that one up. And I actually have something, I guess I could even show you that today. It has nothing to do with the cruise, but speaking of Thanksgiving, I was going to show you what I was going to put up there for the month of November, but I can show you that at the end. Hi, Sue. Hi, Mary. Hello, Judy. Hope you're doing okay, Judy. Been thinking about you. Oh, hello, Mary. Hi, everybody. So let's go ahead and officially get started. Kathy says from Arizona, usually in Houston. Hi, Tina. Welcome, welcome. All right, so let's officially get started. My name is Patty Bennett. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I've been a demonstrator for 29 and a half years, and I love crafting and creating with Stampin' Up products and sharing those projects with you. So you can find me at pattystamps.com. That's my blog where you will find something nearly every single day of the year there for you. And then on Fridays, I come to you live. So usually you're seeing the view looking right down here at my desktop, and we're crafting a project together or learning a new technique or a fun fold. But today I am going to be showing you the projects that we made on our crafting cruise, and I'm going to explain how the cruises work. So just a little bit of background. Oh gosh, I don't even know what the first year was that I started going. Maybe somewhere around 2016, 2015, something like that. I participated in a crafting cruise just as a participant. So my family and I went on a crafting cruise. Jen Gulch was the demonstrator who facilitated the cruise. And we had so much fun. We went for several years in a row. And I just loved being a participant because, you know, with at that time, roughly, I don't know, 25-ish years, 20 something years of being the person that plans and facilitates an event, it is fun to just be a participant. So we went on a few of these cruises, and then in 2019, Jen said to me, I am going to step back. I'm not going to be doing these anymore. Would you like to take them over? And I said, well, okay, let me give that a little moment's thought. And I said, could I do it with a partner? Because I don't know that I want to do this all by myself. So that's when I partnered with Kirsten, and she and I went forth and planned a cruise for 2020. So y'all know what happened in 2020. Cruises didn't happen in 2020, but we had people already signed up and paid for the event and the cruise. And of course, all the cruises were canceled. So we did an online event in 2020 and then again in 2021. But 2022, we were able to do a crafting cruise again. So 2022, 23, 24, we have been co-hosting these in-person crafting cruises, and it is with Royal Caribbean. We reserve their conference room, and we have stations set up with projects. So the people move around, the participants move around to the different stations, and we just have the projects all set up all week. It's open 24/7, so anybody can come. I mean, we have people crafting into the 4 a.m. hour. We have people that come in the early morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Anybody can craft whenever they'd want. So it's just a self-paced program. And we have PDFs that they get for tutorials for all of the projects. And before the cruise, Kirsten and I come up with a plan of all of our project stations, what products we're going to use, which bundles, which suites, which stamp sets, which accessories, which designer paper, all of those things. And then we make a plan. So what we do is we have everybody who is participating in this cruise place an order with Kirsten, and it is a $150 product order that each person brings on the ship with them. So for this cruise, we kind of centered everything around the full of life designer paper. You know, that's the cute little 6x6 stack that is just so amazing because it's so versatile and you can just do so much with that paper. We also had them bring the frames and flowers, specialty designer paper, note cards and envelopes, some gems, and then 5 different sets of Stampin' Blends. So we were able to kind of design our projects around this color palette. You can tell who picked the color palette because they're Patty colors. And some ribbon and trim and foam sheets. So that was the order that everybody brought with them. And then, oh, hang on. And then when everybody came on board, they got this tote, and I know it's backwards just because Facebook Lives flip everything on my Samsung phone. But this is the tote everybody received with our logo that my niece designs for us every year. And then everybody gets a packet of additional product. And so the little packets look like this. Each one is labeled with one of the 13 stations. And so when you get to that station, you would look and say like, oh, look, station number 1. And then you pull out this kit of supplies and you would look at your PDF instruction sheet and it would tell you which products to pull out of the order that you also brought with you. So that's how we've done it for a few years. Seems to work really well. We have the PDFs at each station. We send them ahead of time through email and a Facebook group. So everybody can either print the PDFs or they can just have it saved on their tablet or their phone. And then we also have them at each station. Each station also includes any stamp sets mounted on blocks, ink pads, any dies or punches that they need. And if there's some additional ribbon or trim or embellishment, those are at the table as well. So everything's kind of self-contained at these 13 different tables, and everybody can just come and go as they wish and have fun and meet new friends at each table because people are moving around. And for me, that's my very favorite part. Well, the stamping, is the great part, right? But moving around to each table and meeting new friends at each table is super fun. So this year was not without its challenges. If you recall, the week that we were all supposed to be traveling to Orlando, Florida, was the week that Hurricane Milton came through Florida, specifically right on top of Orlando. And I just have to tell you that before this year, I was, of course, aware of hurricanes. Everybody's aware of the hurricanes. We're aware of the devastation and what happens to people who live in the path of hurricanes. Everybody's aware of that, because of media coverage and whatnot and social media. But never in my life had I tracked the movements of a hurricane and the projected path and the projected category, the projected damage, all of that until this year, because it was impacting all of us who were trying to get to Orlando. And you may have heard me say on a previous live, but of course I felt horrible worrying about going on a cruise, knowing the devastation that this hurricane was bringing to everyone in its path. And then Hurricane Helene was just a couple weeks before that. So it was very stressful on a lot of levels to be, worrying about the hurricane, worrying about the travel, worrying about were we even going to get there? Were we even going to get to go? But then feeling horrible for everybody in its path. And it was just like layers of stress and worry. And, it was crazy. And everybody's flights were getting canceled, of course, left and right, because the cruise was supposed to leave Friday. So we were all going in on a Thursday. And some people were going even earlier than that. A bulk of us were going in on Thursday, and Orlando was completely shut down. So everybody's flights were canceled multiple times. Everybody was scrambling to try to get there any way they could. Some people were even flying to nearby states, renting a car and driving in. So there was a lot to this trip. It was like, were we even going to get there? A lot of us were worried. There were supposed to be approximately 75 crafters plus other people, because lots of the crafters bring a spouse or family or a sister or mom or friend or whatever. So, roughly a group of 100-ish were traveling. And it ended up that roughly half of our group was unable to come in the end. And totally justifiable. I don't fault anyone for canceling any of their plans, because if I weren't co-hosting the event, I probably would have said, never mind, we'll go another time. But being a co-host and bringing some of the supplies with me, Kirsten brought the bulk of the supplies, hundreds of pounds of supplies, multiple suitcases. It wasn't really an option for us to cancel. So we ended up flying in a red-eye overnight. Royal Caribbean actually postponed the cruise for a day. In all of our 25-ish years of cruising, we've never heard of that. Our travel agent had never heard of that. So it was really unprecedented. It was really, this was major, because the port was closed down for a couple of days. And then we were watching all of the ships on cruisemapper.com, all of the cruise line, all the lines, all the different cruise lines, all the ships were circling in a pattern out in the Bahamas in a safe area away from the hurricane winds. And as soon as the port opened back up, then all of these ships started coming back into port. So the cruise was postponed by a day. The travel plans were postponed by a day. We made it on the ship. We were just like walking up that ramp to the ship is always an exciting day, but on this one in particular, we're really excited to actually be there. And then really, really excited that all of the luggage made it. So we were all ready. Kirsten and I were ready to go set up the crafting room that afternoon to be able to have everybody come that evening and grab their supply tote and start crafting. And Kirsten messaged me and she says, "You're not going to believe this. There's a flood in the conference room. The ceiling is leaking. There's water dripping everywhere." And I was like, are you even serious? Like, you can't make this up. You can't write this as a script, right? And the funny thing is that those of you who were with us last year, there was actually a flood in our conference room last year. Different ship, different circumstances. It's like, wow, this is just crazy. So we kind of hesitated. We didn't really want to set things up in there because the ceiling was dripping. Oh my goodness. Long story short, we got it. I know, crazy trip, Debbie. You just couldn't even make these things up, really. You just couldn't. So we got things set up. We did have a little delay. We had everyone come the next morning to pick up their crafting totes and start their crafting. But I think after all of the travel woes that everybody went through, I think everybody was fine with just having an evening to relax on the first night and not worry about coming in and crafting on the first night. We were just, everybody was just ready to just enjoy a quick dinner and just relax and go to sleep. So it was pretty crazy. I just have to tell you. But I know I told you all that what I was going to try to do was to do a couple of lives from the crafting room, the conference room, show you the projects and, you know, just do a couple of lives. Hey, everybody, we're having fun. I couldn't do that because they had these industrial fans set up in our room, drying out the carpet that had been soaked from these leaks. So I know even here in my little craft room, I have just a little fan that's over here off camera that I have on, I don't know, maybe half the time I'm in here. I just to circulate the air. And I know if I do a live with just this little wimpy fan on, you all can hear it. You can hear the hum. And so I thought, there's no way I can do a live from this crafting room that has these two industrial strength fans on 24/7 in the room. So that's why I couldn't do a live, my friends. Again, you can't make this up, right? Yes, we overcame the obstacles, Kathleen. We absolutely did. But I just wanted to explain that's why you didn't see me go live, because you couldn't have even heard me. So, just looking at my notes here to see what else I had to tell you. I think that pretty much covers it. But what I wanted to do today, yeah, tenacity, definitely, Leela. It was amazing. Oh, Sunny had asked, is the room secure? So the room itself is not locked. But in the 4 years we've been doing them in person, to my knowledge, nothing has ever been disturbed or stolen. It is down, well, the crafting room on this ship was down on deck 2. It's not a place where people are walking by. The crafting room last year in Alaska and next year in Alaska is at the very back of the ship. And most people don't even know that room is there. Just like this past week, people don't even know that room is there. So secure in that people don't even know it's there. It's not like people are just walking past it looking in. So we always tell our participants, the room is not locked. You can leave things down here at your own risk. Most people leave their tote down there all week, and it's totally up to each person. But nobody has ever stolen our products. I mean, most people, if they even looked in there, they wouldn't even know what we're doing, and there would be no reason to disturb anything. But yeah, that's the answer to that. So what I wanted to show you today are the projects that we made. Again, if you were with me right at the beginning, I showed you this box. These are all the projects that the participants were able to create all week. So now that you kind of have the background and you know how it works, there were 13 stations. I printed them out so I could go through them in order. So here's what I want you to do today. A little interaction. I'm going to go through these in the order of, they're station 1 through 13. There's no rhyme or reason of the number of it. I'm just going to tell you, like, here was station 1, here was station 2. What I want you to do is comment and kind of vote on what you would like me to see. Wait, that didn't make sense. What you would like to see me show you more in depth in the future. I would not be doing all 13 of these stations as a future post or video, because that kind of takes away from the fact that people were, paid to come on this event and make these projects. But I would like to be able to answer questions or show you a few of the projects in a little more depth over the coming months. So if you see something, if I'm showing you a project and you're like, I need to know more, I would really like to know how to make that, just type in and I'll tell you what station it is and what the product or the bundle or the suite or whatever is, and just type it in and say, like, for instance, labeled with love. I would like to see more info or something. And I'm going to go back through the comments, both on the Facebook Live and on the YouTube replay. And over the coming weeks, I would, station number would be great, Robin. So I will tell you the station number. If you just want to say station number 3, more info, or video on station number 4, whatever, that would help me. And I'll go back through it and I will be able to see what you like and what you want to learn more about. And then I'll be able to do some posts in the future. All right, so let's get going. I know we've waited 20 minutes to see the projects, but I just wanted to give you kind of a background on our week and our cruise and how it went. And I should say that, overall, everything was amazing. Everyone was so understanding. We had so much fun and people seemed to really enjoy the projects. So Kirsten designs half the projects. I design half the projects. We each do the PDF tutorials for our own project stations, and then Kirsten purchases the products using the host code, host benefits through all of the orders that people place through her, and then she brings those on board. So yeah, station number. So let's go. Station number 1 was the frames and flowers. If you know about that kit, you know that it comes with all of these amazing pre-punched out die cuts. They're so pretty. And then it comes with different paper. Sorry, this is hard to fan out 5 of them. Anyway, there were 5 projects at this station. Most stations have 2 projects. This one had 5 because they're really pretty easy to put together. And I just designed it with 1 greeting stamp set, and then showing everybody which pieces they needed for each card. So there were 5 projects from Frames and Flowers, and that was station number 1. Station number 2 was Simply Zinnia. So everybody got 6x6 pieces of the zinnia paper, and there was this fun fold and this project, I think, yeah, goes this way. So everybody had their, like I showed you in the beginning, their markers that they could use, their Stampin' Blends to color in, and they created these 2 zinnia. And I sat with lots of different people throughout the week giving them tips on coloring with the Stampin' Blends and how I blended. So that was really fun. Station number 3, I designed, there were actually 3 cards at this station. So I'll show you this one first. And this is really cute. Newsflash, newsflash, happy birthday. And I just love that kind of little retro TV look. Isn't that cute? And then there were 2 of this design. So it's just cutting a piece of that full of life paper in half to do the 2 different note cards. And I thought that was fun. And then stamping the TV and this little screen piece on the full of life paper is just a fun way to use that paper. So that was Tune In, and that was station number 3. Station number 4 I designed with the Attention Shoppers bundle. So this was a cute one with the shopping cart full of goodies. It's a birthday card, and they put the fun border around. I thought that was a fun idea. And this one, here's a funny story. So this was the postage stamp die card, and I said, well, I asked Kirsten, not asked, I mean, I said, let's make 2 of everything. And she's like, okay. And so then she kind of thought about it, and she's like, wait a minute, I have to die cut 8 postage stamp dies for every person. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a lot. So we compromised. So she die cut 4 postage stamp dies for every person. And then we had the die there along with extra white paper. So if everybody wanted to make an extra one, they had the full of life paper to do that. And they were able to make a duplicate card if they wanted to. But I was like, oh yeah, 8, that's a lot. And somehow that die disappeared. So I think someone who was on our trip accidentally got it stuffed in with their stuff. So if you were on the trip and you accidentally got that die stuck in with yours, you might want to let us know on that, because somehow it went home with somebody. Station 5, labeled with love. This is a punch bundle that comes with this punch, and I wanted to showcase the flowers and the butterflies in different ways. This is the zinnia paper, and it's got that beautiful purple plaid-ish sort of. I don't know. Do you call that a plaid? I don't know. I guess that's plaid. And that was that card. And then using a layer of the Thoughtful Designs paper inside. Isn't that pretty? A nice way to dress up a card. So on this station, the butterflies and the flowers are fussy cut because the punch of this bundle goes with this. There isn't anything to cut out the butterflies and the flowers, but those were fussy cut. And then this was my other design. It's a note card size, and you just cut strips of the Thoughtful Designs paper. And it's an ombre paper. This, I don't know if you've worked with this paper, but each color is an ombre. So you could cut like all different strips and make these totally look different, but they could make 2 of those note cards. So those first 5 stations were my designs, and then the next few stations were Kirsten's, and then the last one was mine. This was, I think, definitely my favorite of, the note cards are 3.5 by 5. Stampin' Up sells those. They're already pre-cut and scored with the envelopes. So this was, I think, my favorite of Kirsten's projects. This is the Station 6 Seaside Wishes bundle, and I love how she combined the Thoughtful Wishes paper and the Full of Life paper, and these die cuts are actually the Full of Life paper. And who would have thought to die cut with the Seaside Wishes bundle and Full of Life? I mean, amazing. It looks so good. It looks like this was meant to be, and I would never have thought to combine them. And then this one is actually embossed with that big folder, the Seaside Wishes folder. So that was, I think, my favorite of hers. I just loved the beautiful colors. And that was, again, Station 6 Seaside Wishes. And then Station 7, it was the To Market paper. So I love this. She stamped those vegetables and just did a really nice, kind of clean and simple look on the note card. And everybody had a pack of the note cards. There's 20 note cards and envelopes. So we were using those up on different stations. And this is Station 7, To Market. And then there were 2 of these. And I've done posts, and I don't know if I did a video, but I know I did a post on this design where you cut strips and you just kind of make that chevron pattern. So there were 3 cards at that station. Station 8 was the Changing Leaves bundle. These were her 2 cards, And again, it uses the Full of Life and the Thoughtful Designs paper, and a color combination that I think is stunning. It was inspired by the Full of Life paper, and not really totally traditional fall colors, but beautiful nonetheless. I just think this was gorgeous. So that was Station 8, Changing Leaves. And I wanted to show you, I did a couple of different versions with that. I was really intrigued by this I would say non-traditional, right? Non-traditional. God, I know my fingers aren't working today. Please hold. Please hold. Okay. Non-traditional fall colors with this Thoughtful Designs paper. So the purple, the mauves, the oranges, the pinks, I just thought they were beautiful. So I made those 3 at that station, just kind of changing up the designs. I die cut a whole bunch of pieces and then I just stuck them together. So I really, really enjoyed that station. I just thought I would show you those. Oh, wait, was I supposed to show you this? Hang on. Oh, no. Never mind. I just don't want to forget to show you a few of these. So I'm just pulling them out so I don't forget to show you. Okay. So, let's see. Were there any questions? Margaret, I don't know that I'm going to post all of these. Wait, I did already post them, Margaret. So Margaret is asking, am I going to post all these cards? I did already post them. If you're watching this on my Facebook Live or on my Facebook page, if you scroll back to last week, I posted all these cards already on my Facebook page here. So if you want to see them, you can scroll back to last week. I was posting multiple times every day from the cruise on my Facebook business page. So facebook.com/pattystamps, and you can see them all there. So yeah, if you want to see them. So let's take a quick break and answer this question. Kathleen is saying next year, Alaska, she would love to attend. Next year, Alaska sold out already a year ago. When we posted it over a year ago, it sold out in like a week. So there is a waiting list, and I will post that again. I posted it last week on my blog, the link to that waiting list. You can go to pattystamps.com and scroll back to the posts I was posting during the cruise. There is a link to the waiting list if you would like to be on the waiting list for 2025. 2026, they just released, the cruise lines just released the information about those cruises. And so Kirsten will be looking into which ship, which date, and which ports. The overriding consideration is which ship has a conference room for us to craft in that's not already reserved. So of course, that's number one. We have to have a space to craft, right? So she will be looking at that, and we will be posting the 2026 information. So I will just say the best way for you to find out about 2026, there's several ways. You can watch my blog. You can subscribe so that you get my blog posts in your email, and that's pattystamps.com, Patty with a Y. You can watch this Facebook page. If you're watching on Facebook, you're already there. You can subscribe to my newsletter. So pattystamps/newsletter will get you to the subscription page for that. You can watch any of those places and you will be the first to hear about the 2026 cruise. Like I said, 2025 filled up in a week a year ago. So it fills fast and you would want to jump on it quickly. The way that it works is that you would read through the information and you would click the link to contact our travel agent. She will help you find a cabin on that ship within your budget. You can go for hundreds of dollars. You can go for tens of thousands of dollars. It all depends on the cabin you select. So she would help you select your cabin in your price range. once you have secured a cabin, I believe it's a $500 deposit, and that's the cruise line. That's not us. That's what the cruise line requires. Then you can sign up for the crafting portion, and all of that information will be communicated in the post. So that's kind of how it works. We need to know that you're serious and that you are reserving a cabin before we let you sign up for the crafting portion. And then you belong to our Facebook group and you get all the updates and all the things. So that's kind of how it works. Let me just see. So the waiting list for Alaska, I will repost that. And you can also, if you just go to pattystamps.com and you type in Alaska cruise in the search bar, that post will also come up and you can get on the waiting list that way. But I will post the link. Okay, good. Kathleen, yes. Yeah, I have, I always post in my newsletter, on my blog, and on my business Facebook page. I post all of the information on those, and that's the best way that you can find out about them. So, okay, back to the samples. So now what are we on? Station 9, Potions and Spells. Oh, you guys, this is so cute. Look at this card Kirsten designed. All those bubbles are just simply die cut out of the Full of Life paper. And that's what gives them so much life. All those colors, look at all those colors. Aren't they cute? Absolutely love those. And then there was a shaker card, because Kirsten always needs a shaker or 3 or 10 or 12, right? She's the queen of shaker cards. And look how cute this is. Again, with the Full of Life paper in the background and the Potions and Spells bundle. So adorable. So cute. So that was Station 9. Station 10 was Season of Elegance, and these definitely are, oops, I was going to say elegant, but I just saw somebody must have taken the sample out of the plastic and it got in one of the ink pads. But these were her samples, just beautiful. Again, interesting with the zinnia paper in the background. You never know what you're going to mix and match on a card, right? Really fun. And a nice combination of Granny Apple and Old Olive. Isn't that a cool combo with the gold? Loved that. And then this was a note card size, just some simple generation stamping and layers of papers. Just really simple, but very beautiful and effective. So that again was Season of Elegance, Station 10. Station 11 was the More Than Autumn bundle. I mean, how could we just not use this, right? This is just such a fabulous bundle. So there was the Pumpkin Spice card and the Peppermint Mocha card. Aren't these cute? Layers of embossing, little pull-out pocket for the gift card holder. So cute. And she used the watercolor pencils and blender pens to color on this pumpkin sample. So it's just something a little different. And I wanted to show you somehow when I got to this, I'm not sure, operator error. I don't know what I did. I didn't end up with this piece of cardstock. And so I want to show you what I did. I just looked through my Full of Life paper and I selected that piece. And I knew it was going to be really different than Kirsten's sample, but it's some fun fall colors. Just a fun way to mix up your papers and your patterns and kind of stretch your investment and use something in a different way. So that was my version of the pumpkin spice card with, I'll show you side by side. So this was Kirsten's and this is what I did. Yeah. So kind of fun. It's just fun to see what you can do that's different. And then on mine, I decided to do 2 cups on the Peppermint Mocha. And so I just did 2 different cups on the patterned paper. And I thought that was adorably cute as well. Really fun. Really fun. So I just wanted to show you my Patty versions of that. And that was Station 11, More Than Autumn. And then, oh, and I have a tip for you too. So I want to show you that. Station 12 was with the snowy scenes. So Kirsten did a card and a gift box, and so cute. Penguin and Snowman are both in that snowy scenes bundle. Super cute. So this was Station 12, snowy scenes, and using the Thoughtful Designs paper that everybody brought in their order, as well as the Full of Life paper. And then when I got to this station, I decided I wanted to kind of mix it up. I wanted to have this penguin element, but on this card. So I'm going to show you what I did with them. I made mine into note cards. So that same fun background with your non-traditional pink and blue and green kind of colors from the Full of Life paper, but the same idea with the snow globe. So fun, right? You can just mix and match and make things a little bit different. And I thought that was really fun. So I enjoyed making that. And I wanted to just, before I show you the last station, I wanted to show you a tip. This is what I've done the last couple years. I don't really do many in-person events. So I do the cruise, co-host that with Kirsten each year. And then I have also been doing a soiree, we call it a soiree, 2 times a year with Kirsten. And that's an in-person event that I do here in the Bay Area. But I don't, aside from a couple of classes a year with Tammy, who is also a local demonstrator, I don't really do many in-person events. But when I do, so this is kind of a tip for demonstrators, if you're a demonstrator and you're watching, or even if you're not a demonstrator, but you do, maybe you host events at your church or with a youth group, or, you know, whatever, you have friends over or something. This is something that I do when I am designing a class. Before I put everything away, I take a picture of my supplies. So the stamps that I've used, any die cuts, the ink pads, I make a list of the blocks, and then any additional supplies for that station. And I take a picture of it and I print it out. And then, because I am normally designing, like all of these projects I designed back in June, and I was done by 4th of July. So when we're talking about an October event, but you're done designing in July, you can forget things. I can forget things. Maybe you don't forget things. I forget things. So by printing this out, when it rolls around to October and I'm ready to pack up to bring supplies for the event, and any event, doesn't have to be a cruise, right? I refer to this, I print this out, I grab all the appropriate supplies, and I stick it in a cello bag, and I put the blocks and the supplies in there, and then I pack that to go to the event. So I just thought I would show you that. I labeled it Station 3, you know, how, whatever works for you, but I find that to be really helpful because you don't want to get to an event and forget things. So, yeah, if you're doing events at your house, it's not so bad, right? You can run upstairs or to your craft room and be like, oh, I need to grab my Real Red ink pad, whatever. But when you go to somewhere, especially when you're in the middle of the Caribbean, it's a really good tip. So I hope that helps a few of you. Sorry, I'm just going to catch up on the comments. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys like that tip. Yeah, it just really helps me, especially, like I said, I was done with this in July, before 4th of July. So July, August, September into October. It was like 3 or 4 months, right? Oh my gosh, you just can't, you can't rely on your memory. I can't rely on my memory. Okay, so the last station, Station 13, was the ephemera. And we have these beautiful, I'll just show you a couple just to start, and then I'll hold the rest of them up. Stampin' Up! Has these gorgeous, these gold dipped cards. They're in red, blue, and green. And so we brought a card base for everyone with the matching envelope. And then we had these ephemera packs. So Stampin' Up! Has this really cute Christmas ephemera package. And then they also have the greetings, a different package with all the greetings. So I had, was it 6? I had 8. So I'll show you all 8. I had 8 different samples that people could use for inspiration. And I have to kind of tell you the funny part about this. When we were setting up, Kirsten says, oops, I ordered all the greetings in French. So we had a little oops at that table. People were still able to use all of the cute little pieces, all of the punch outs. They could use as many little pieces as they wanted to design their cards and make a card. But the greetings were in French. So we apologize if you were part. Oh, Kirsten's on here. Yeah, so that was kind of a little oops. Of course, there were some of them that could be used because Noel was the same in French and English. So some people were able to use that. But we had a stamp set that they could also use. But anyway, so yeah. So let me show you. So those were 3 of them. Here was the cocoa one that I did. And this one, I thought this was just really sweet. It's very simple, but I just really liked how the greeting kind of took front and center. I love that the greeting pack has some really big, bold ones and then some really small ones and medium. So it's a really nice pack. These gold die cuts that are in that greeting pack are really pretty. And I just used tiny dabs of liquid glue to adhere those. And then this one was just kind of an eclectic mix and match of different pieces. And then very, very clean and simple, just the bells and the bow and a greeting on that one. So all of these, I don't have them right here, but all of these have matching envelopes and they're beautiful. It's a really, really beautiful suite of products in the mix and match line. Oh, they're in the holiday catalog. I can show you, Cindy. Let me just show you those. So well, those are the samples. Page 15 is where you will actually find the gold dipped cards and envelopes. This is the die cut package that has all the cute little images that I showed you. This is the die cut ephemera pieces that were all the greetings. And this one we did not use, but these are all tags. So if you wanted to make tags instead of cards, you could purchase this and these and make a bunch of tags. Or if you want to do cards, you do what I showed you. Or you could put the tag on the card. And then they have this beautiful spread. It's like a 1.5-page spread of lots of ideas. So if you need ideas, you have all of those ideas. But that's the holiday catalog. So I think that is everything I wanted to show you on the samples, but I have more to show you, so don't go yet. I just want to check for any other questions. Oh, yeah. So no, the English were not used up. There weren't English greetings on that trip. We only had French. So it wasn't you. Oh, so wait, I'll have more to show you. I have a box of stuff to show you. Hang on just one second. Let's see. Oh, yes, Lynette, you are welcome to watch the replay. I'm just getting to the end here. Oh, Tammy, thank you. Tammy has been keeping track of all your voting. So Tammy will let me know which stations had the most votes for wanting to see more info. Thank you, Tammy. So part of the cruise, I showed you in the beginning that on day 1, everybody gets their tote. I think this is my favorite tote of all the years. I love this tote. And it also doubled as a beach bag. So anybody going on beach excursions, of course, could use this. And they had all their packets that I showed you. All the packets were inside of there for crafting. So on day 1, that was everybody's gift, so to speak. And then each day, Kirsten had a gift set out on a table, and everybody could go by and take a gift. And I don't remember the order of the gifts, so, and that doesn't really matter, but I just wanted to show you that on one of the days, Kirsten had a multi-purpose glue for everybody. And can you see? Yeah, I think you can see it. So this is our cruise logo, and this is a 3D printed glue holder. I mean, isn't that just fabulous? Loved that. So that was one of the gifts. Another day we had a duck. So if you haven't been cruising in the last few years, you may not know about the ducks, the yellow rubber ducks. It's a big thing on cruises. And people bring the little rubber ducks, and they usually put a sticker or a tag on them with their name, the date of the cruise, and the name of the ship. And the idea is you hide them and people find them, and then they post them online. And the kids just go crazy. The kids love to collect them. So we had lots of ducks. We brought, I don't know, my son brought lots of ducks. He was very into it this year. And we were hiding ducks and finding ducks and giving ducks away to little kids, and just the smiles on their faces were priceless. It was so fun to do that. So one day Kirsten had a duck for every person to take and to hide. So that was the gift one day. Another day we had these cute little lip balm gift holders. So there's a lip balm inside there. And I did blog about these while we were gone. So if you want all the info, the supplies and the photos and everything, I do have a blog post on those. It's the Beach Day bundle and the Full of Life paper with a deckled circle die cut. And it's just scored and folded. And then I put the little die cut waves on them. So that was one day. And then I don't know if I'm forgetting a day. I feel like maybe I didn't grab the gifts each day. I'm not positive. But one of the days, Kirsten had Stampin' Up snips with a beaded scissor charm for everybody in a decorated package. I mean, oh my gosh, amazing. So that was the gift selection. And Kirsten, I know you're on here. If I forget something, remind me what it was. But just amazing. Kirsten goes above and beyond on sourcing gifts and giving, making cute packaging. And it's always just so fun to see everything that Kirsten comes up with. Yes, that's fine, Robin. You can vote for your choices on a replay. I will go back and look at the replay votes also. And yes, the scissors were an amazing gift, Robin. They were so amazing. And then I just wanted to show you, I don't have everything here, but several people gave me gifts that were on the cruise. And I just wanted to show you some of them. I have some of them in this box. Oh, the raffle. Kirsten, thank you. So on the last night, after we get the craft room cleaned up, we have had this tradition of giving away all of the bundles and extra product in a raffle. So there are usually, I don't know, roughly 40 or 50 gifts that are given away on the last night. The extra supplies that are purchased just for the trip. So like Kirsten keeps all of the ink pads, we keep all of our clear blocks, things like that. But the extra things that were purchased basically just to make these projects, like the leaf bundle, the tune-in bundle, all those things, those are given away. So the last night, that is the gift. Everybody gets at least one gift in the raffle. And some people got 2 or 3 gifts. So yeah, thank you, Kirsten. I'm glad you like everything, Debbie. Yeah, it's very, very fun. Very fun. So anyway, back to the gifts. I just wanted to show you a few of the things. Swap cards. Oh, there's also a card swap, several card swaps that happen. And one of the nights we have a happy hour that is hosted by our travel agent. So that's kind of a gift to everybody, is happy hour with free drinks. And I discovered a blue margarita. I didn't know about a blue margarita, or if I did, I'd forgotten. It's not like I drink very often, but I mean, maybe once a month, maybe. at the most. I have, some kind of some fun adult drink beverage. And I discovered blue margarita. And so that is using blue curacao with the like a regular margarita. Now, usually we would put Grand Marnier or, oh, my mind just went blank. What's the other one? Triple sec. But I discovered blue margaritas on the happy hour night. That might be dangerous. So we might be going to Bevmo for blue curacao because that's my kind of drink. I like them a little sweeter. My husband likes them a little stronger. So, he doesn't like anything foofy with umbrellas or whatever. That's just me. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. That was happy hour. So I don't know how that came up. But anyway, back to the gifts. So let me show you this cute, adorable little project. This was from Betsy Lang. She gave this to me. And it's like this adorable little chest of drawers. There are 4 of these little compartments. And yes, they were all full of candy. You'll notice the candy's gone. Right? So 4 cute little compartments, totally cutely decorated. And then this has a Velcro dot and it opens up and she put a gift card in there with a thank you. I mean, like, I have no idea how to make this. Wait, oh, I bet these are the instructions. Oh no, it's not the instructions. It's the Visa card receipt. But anyway, I have no idea what it's called or how to make it, but this was like over the top. Beautiful, amazing. Thank you, Betsy. Betsy also gave me one of each of all of her swap cards, even though I wasn't even swapping. I am in love with this card. Absolutely in love. Love this. That's a cute little house punch and bundle. I think it's currently unavailable, sold out, but yeah, love that card from Betsy. She also gave me this card, which kind of matches her box, and I have to show you. It's pull up. Isn't that amazing? I love this design. And another one from Betsy. I mean, Betsy is just so sweet. And look at that cute design. So all of those were from Betsy. She's just amazingly generous. So kind. Such a sweet person. This one, so wait, I have to get something. Hang on. I have to get something like a little tabletop to show you. Okay, so pretend this is your table, right? Okay. This card, this is from Diane Bensberg. And I have to set it up to show you. Okay. Look at that. Look at that fun design. So it's like kind of like a step card, but it steps forward. So from the front, you just get all these cute layers. Isn't that fun? And from the side, you can see the mechanism there with that little pop-up part. And then it just folds flat. Isn't that the cutest? I just love this. Love that card from Diane. And I think this one was from Diane also. I'm positive it was. The whatever, it came loose, whatever she had in there. But this was tied up in front in a cute bow, so just pretend. And then she used the zinnia paper for a fold out. It's a gift card holder, but then it actually opens again. I love that idea, like multiple layers of fun on that. Super cute. Oh, okay, check this out. Let me get the name out here, tell you who this was from. This was from Dina Wagner. So it's a square envelope, and the card fits in a square envelope. She used, I think this is probably the biggest size of decal circle die, but she didn't die cut all the way through, so it's hinged at the top, so it opens, so it's a circle card. But look at those beautiful, those colors are just like, just wow together. Just love them. I think it's the wild wheat, the crushed curry. This, I think, is like stamped off copper clay. And then you have like the peacock, and which blue is this? I think this is Lost Lagoon. Like, amazing, right? Amazing. I love that combo. So I can't let her name get separated from there. And then, oh, this card, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is so funny because, okay, who's this from? Kathy Shapland, or Shapeland. I'm not sure how she pronounces it, so forgive me, Kathy. But I saw her showing this card to somebody else. I'm like, oh, can I take a picture of that? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So I took pictures of it. And then on the last day, she gave me one. I love this card. So look at this. Look at that. With this ring. Like, I just love that die cut ring. And then look at that. Love, love, love. Hello. Isn't that just so cool? I don't know. I'm pretty positive I could never get all of that lined up. I'm fairly certain. So I'm just happy to have one because it's amazing. I just love it. Just love that card. There were candies and soaps and other little gifts, and I started putting everything away before I realized, oh, I probably should keep all of that together. So I apologize, I don't have those things to share, but I do have one last thing, and I think Judy's on here today. Judy made this cute bag with the frames and flowers, designer paper, and she's got pistachios in there, and it says, "From our family farm." Isn't that sweet? I just love it. Our family orchard. Sorry, orchard, not farm. Isn't that sweet? And I love pistachios. She didn't even know that. But I just love that. I just think that's so cute and so thoughtful. Oh, wait, one more. I've got one more thing in here. And this got separated from the tag. And so I apologize. I don't know. I can't remember who gave me this. But such a cute little box. And when you slide off the ribbons, it opens to reveal Hershey Nuggets inside. Just like the perfect size for Hershey Nuggets. So sweet. And I'm sorry the name got separated. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed all of that. So many fun things. So many projects to share with you. The gifts, the how it all works. I hope you enjoyed the overview of that. And yeah, I'd love to see a demo of the reindeer card as well, Lori. I'm not sure I'm going to attempt it because I'm not sure that I could make it look that good. But I will contact her. She doesn't have a blog on here, but I'm going to ask her if she has a video or a post on that. Yes, Diane is so awesome as well. So awesome. Yes, her step card is amazing. Let's see. Yes, so much talent. Love the circle card. Yes, Lori, I actually have on my list. Where'd the circle card go? Here. I actually have on my list to make and share a circle card like this. So I will definitely put that on my list for a future card. Definitely. Let's see. Anything else? I'm glad you were here for the live as well, Kathleen. Thank you, everybody, for joining. So glad you were here. Do you have any questions about the cruise, about how it works, how we set it up, any of that? I will post on my business page when I get done a link for the waiting list. And like I said, if you want to find out about 2026, so I'm talking about the waiting list for 25. If you want to find out about 2026, your best bet is to follow my business Facebook page, follow my blog, or sign up for my newsletter. And when you do one of those three, you will find out about 2026 as soon as Kirsten secures that and makes all of the information available. All right. I don't see any other questions. Mary, I think I was answering your question as you were typing. Yep. Feel free to watch the replay. We're just ending. I've been live for over an hour already. So thank you again, everybody, for joining in. I appreciate you. Oh, okay. Good question. So asking about joining from England. So per Stampin' Up policy, we can only have people from the US purchasing product from us. And the way that the whole thing works is that you purchase everything through Kirsten, and she then purchases the supplies that you need. And that's obviously how she is able to do that, because she's earning commission and she's getting some host benefits to do that. So since we cannot take orders from anyone outside the US, there isn't a way for people outside the US to participate. So I am so sorry about that, but it is just Stampin' Up policy, and we're just abiding by that. Yes, Robin, we missed you. I'm sorry you could not get your flight rescheduled. I think ours was rescheduled at least 3 times. It might have been more. And I think everybody went through that. It was just the craziest thing. 2025. So Jennifer is asking about joining the Facebook group for Alaska 2025. Somehow I thought we already had that Facebook group ready. But let me make a note, and maybe it's not up yet. Let me check with Kirsten on that. Or Kirsten, if you're still here. I'm just making a note. Somehow I thought we already had that up and running, but maybe it's not yet. But we will definitely send you an invite. Oh, it's not up yet. Okay, there's your answer. It's not up yet. I think we like to wait until after the previous cruise is done, just so there isn't any confusion between 2 different groups, because people will start posting in that's what Kirsten was just saying. Yeah, after the current trip is done, the new group starts, and that way people aren't getting confused and asking a question in the wrong group, and it just gets too confusing, because people will be like, wait, why am I getting this message? I'm not signed up for Alaska. So thank you. It's not up yet, but you will get an invitation for it, Jennifer. Don't worry. Kirsten, if you want to go ahead and post your link here for people to follow you, please post your link on here. Yeah, great memories. Alaska is amazing. I think we have cruised Alaska about 6 times, and it is probably our favorite. It's so beautiful and so fun and so much to do in every port. I think you could cruise there for like 20 years and not do all of the excursions and see all of the things. Well, thank you again, everybody. I'm so glad that you all joined in to hear all the fun about the cruise. And next week, I will have stamping for you. I just wanted to get all of this cleaned off of my desk and share it all with you before I cleaned it all up. And then next week, we will get back to stamping and creating, probably with the new online exclusives next week. So I will have some things for you. Most likely with the hibiscus, because that's my favorite. So thank you again, and I will see you all next week. Bye, everybody.